Yo guys, it's me Matt and welcome to week 2 of the ATBA. This time we are facing Quincy, my good old buddy Quincy Adams and the coach of the Chicago Sky Attack. This matchup, not gonna lie, is really weird, but I think for both of us. I'm gonna go quickly through the teams. As you know, my team consists of Talonflame, Galvantula, QM, Great Tusk, Best Legion, Bishop, with Terra Flying Dark and Fire, Napoleon, Carbine with Terra Fairy Fighting Water, Arbo-believer with Terra Grass, Ghost, and I think it's Fairy, and Slowking Galar with Poison, Terra, obviously, Slowking Galar. His team has, of course, one of the most broken mons in draft leagues, Iron Valiant, followed by A-Self, Sword Hisui, Glystraw, Rotom, just Rotom, no form of that, Hisui Arcanine, Alcaludon, Mabostiff with the Terras, let me just check, Dark Fairy Ghost, I think? Dark Fairy Ghost, yes. Mach with the Terra's Poison, Water and Ghost, and Serena with Grass, Fire and Ice. I hope I've got now all the ones. I hope I didn't miss any. Anyway, the matchup is really weird for the following reasons. His defensive core of Glystraw and Alcaludon are a pain. Like breaking through both mons, where the one absorbs status attacks and the other one absorbs any damage attacks, and basically gets stronger for body press, is really difficult to break. Then he has, of course, the best revenge killer and or best sweeper of draft league format in Iron Valiant. But honestly, what I'm most afraid of is based on our week 1 and the Gouge and Fire fiasco, is Hisui Arcanine and as well as Sword Hisui. If Sword disguises as Arcanine and has a choice specs, or it's an Arcanine and has a choice band, those two in combination, disguised as like Sword disguising as Arcanine and mispredicting what is who or who is what, can really punch a big hole into my team. So what am I expecting? I'm expecting, of course, the Valiant. Based on my team with the Glowkin and the Talonflame, it's like not really the best matchup for an Iron Valiant, but still it can adapt to those mons. I'm gonna expect like Sword Stance set with knockoff, hopefully, something like that, because that's like the most suggested set on Iron Valiant, I think, on Smogon to deal with Glowkin. Then I'm expecting Sword and Arcanine as an offensive pressure mon duo, Alcaludon because it's really difficult to break, and then for the last mon I'm unsure. Like, it's either gonna be A-Self or Rotom, because they both resist and are or immune to Great Dust Step. But I don't think both are coming. And then I think Serena is coming for the potential sticky web that I can bring with the Galvantula. So I think like Valiant, A-Self, Sword, Arcanine, Alcaludon, Serena are like the 6 that he is bringing. Glystraw I don't really see being used, as it has issues with Great Tusk and QM, my most 2 offensive mons. My Mabostiff could be a wildcard. Honestly, I didn't really prep for it that hard. All the other mons just took so much of my attention that I didn't really have the room to fit my Mabostiff checks that aren't already checks for other mons on my team. Mach with his Terra Water can be annoying, but overall I think like it's an even matchup. We both have threats, and we both have good checks to beat threats, and we both have options to break the defensive core of the opponent. Speaking of on his team and what I'm expecting, I'm definitely, like I'm always planning on, like in every game, have a dedicated lead. In this game, it's a Sash Bishop that has the moves Sucker Punch, Terra Blast, Stealth Rods, and Iron Head. With the Terra Flying, this set basically is my guaranteed turn 1 Stealth Rod and or maybe Terra Blast stuff, as my plan is to get up rods so I can identify the Arcanine and or Sword as soon as possible, so I know what I'm dealing with and the disguise doesn't really put holes in my team. Sucker Punch is also really great for a self solo arc lead or something like that. For a self, I don't really think I'm gonna click it turn 1. I also have enough speed investment to outspeed Serena, uninvested in speed, and Iron Head is just in case Iron Valiant is still around and I have my session decked and I can outro it later. So that's my plan for the lead. Capitalizing on that, I have a defensive Arbo-believer that has the Rocky helmet and is basically here to annoy a Calodon with Leech Seed, Earth Power, Terra Blast and Strength Sap. This Arbo-believer has the Terra Ghost. In case I'm not able to Terra my Bishop, I still have this Arbo-believer here. In combination, Arbo-believer and Bishop are my two typings that resist swords, spammed Shadow Ball and Hyper Voice. I've got another Hyper Voice check later on that you will see. So one of those will get Terra though, so I need to keep that in mind and keep one of them unterrad to check and resist the Shadow Ball spam. Our Liver here with the Leech Seed and Strength Sap is basically just here to deal passive damage on everything, keep everything, keep a Calodon in check, don't trigger stamina for body presses, and in case he really gets body press boosts, I can maybe, let's see, I don't know if I'm able to Terra Ghost to be immune of it. Also Terra Ghost is nice to spin block Serena, since my other Ghost, spoiler, Special Legion is not coming this week. I was really debating on it, but a spin blocker that loses to the spinner isn't really like favorable. Next up, I have my Great Task. Didn't really get to show it last week as much as I wanted. This week, however, I'm running the full defensive invested set with Ice Spinner, Knockoff, Earthquake and Rapid Spin. What is the plan for this? Basically to check Gliscor, to check Arcanine Hisui especially, remove hazards if needed, and basically Knockoff spam as much on his team as possible to potentially get rid of Spexes, Bandits, what else could there be? Culver Berries for Rodom or Aself. This is just like really annoying for him to switch it, and I think the main reason why he can't really bring Gliscor. The Lumberry that I have attached to it is basically here to avoid Toxics from Gliscor, Will-O-Wisps from Rodom or Arcanine, potential Will-O-Wisps from Sword if he's disguised as something. Lumberry just is, I think, the best. I was really debating on having to the boots this week, but I think Lumberry has the best, let's call it what, the best utility on this matchup based on his status spreaders. Next up, Choppleberry Empoleon. with the moves Aqua Jet, Flash Cannon, Surf and War. So far my whole team is still kinda defensive. Bishop lead with the Watch, Arbo-believer, Great Tusk and Empoleon. Empoleon is basically here to take either close combat from Iron Valiant, Focus Blast from Sword, a close combat from Arcan, and a body blast from Archaludon, whatever. He has so many mons that have potential fighting coverage for Empoleon. And with the Choppleberry I'm basically guaranteed to live a few hits. I also have Aqua Jet in case of a weakened Arcanine to pick it up. Also for Iron Valiant potentially, but I usually click in Flash Cannon there. Surf is just generally good against his team, against maybe not a Caludon, but I can war that out. And yeah, War for some chip damage. Next up, we have QM here with the loaded dice. This QM has a bit of a weird matchup. Like, it's really good against his whole team, except for Archaludon. Especially with my loaded dice, Icicle Spear, Scale Shot, Dragon Dance, Earth Power. Like, the first two moves trigger stamina so many times with the loaded dice. If I basically lose at that point. So I need to make sure Archaludon is weakened or is dead, and then QM can basically sweep. If Archaludon is low, this QM can still put in a bit of work with Earth Power. I just noticed, I think that is the wrong nature on my QM. I think this is supposed to be a different nature, because I did not have the element nature on it before, because I didn't have the Earth Power. I think I need to fix this set real quick, never mind that. So basically the special attack nature is a minus special defense nature. And last off, Cloaking. Chilly Reception, Ice Beam, Sludge Bomb, Thunder Wave is just here to annoy everything, doesn't let 2-hit KO by anything. Thunder Wave annoys everything. Chilly Reception gives me the snow for Kyurem to potentially sweep, hopefully in the end. The Colbur Berry, so his Iron Valiant knockoff and stuff like that doesn't really bother me. Ice Beam for potential Gliscor switching, Sludge Bomb is just general good coverage with Ice Beam, and yeah, that's my team. Hopefully I can chip everything down, keep my mons healthy, don't let anything set up like last week, and then go to down with Kyurem hopefully. See ya on the game. And welcome back to the matchup. We don't see his Sword, which is really great for me to not have any kind of mind games early on. This also means that the lead Bishop, yeah, is not that valuable anymore in this matchup, except for maybe an Iron Head late game with the Sash intact against the Iron Valiant. But besides that, I feel like getting up Rocks early to potentially break Sashes if he has some, and or chip his Arcanine would be great, and also just as a general decent matchup against most of his mons. He decides to lead with Rodom, which now has like a 50-50. Will he Will-O-Wisp on my Sucker Punch, predict him to Volt Switch? Will he just manually switch? Will he do something like a trick? I was thinking like, okay, the safest play for me is just to go into Arbo-believer, resist any kind of move. Will-O-Wisp, I don't care. And he actually goes into Archaludon, which is also really fine for me, because this Arbo-believer is specifically here to weaken Archaludon as much as possible, with Leech Seed passive damage to not trigger stamina. Here he will self-rock, so he is not an Assault Vest variant, which is like the most typical Archaludon set available, which is great for me, because that means the special attacks of Empoleon, the water attacks, as long as his Serena is terrestrialized, is basically unresisted. So I got my leech seed off, did some chip damage. Here I'm thinking, okay, I'm just gonna test the water, see if I can actually like switch something into this Acalodon, see what kind of set he is, and try to chip him. I was thinking about a moment if maybe Great Dust to remove the rocks is a good idea, but he still has the Rotom, which is immune to Rapid Spin, and my stabs. So not the best switch in, as I lose a lot of momentum. So in the end I just decided to test the water, see how much an Earth Power does, not Terra yet, still keep it up. If he collects some body press boosts with the stamina, then I can still later reveal the Terra Ghost. He actually goes into Serena, good call on his part. Earth Power does like nothing, which is good. And I'm just basically thinking, okay, what does this Serena do against me? I'm thinking, okay, Bishop is like not really the most useful one anymore, but it can still do some surprises with the Terra Flying and the Terra Blast. Also potentially I can get my rocks up, which would be nice. But Quinn actually makes a double here into Arcanine, which is a problem. So basically Hisui Arcanine punches through my team except for Great Dust. Great Dust can switch in but can't touch anything, can't touch Rotom at all with anything except for knockoff. As we see here, I don't really want to risk any Will-O-Wisps or anything. Just try to go for some damage. Will-O-Wisp on the Great Dust, just try to go for some damage. Click the Sucker Punch on his Flare Blitz, so he has no setup set or something like that. And I do like 40% to have to put Arcanine into half. Now this is exactly the range that Aqua Jet can kill. However, he does not know that I have Aqua Jet on this Empoleon. He probably is Choice Locked. I have no idea if it's Scarf or Banded just yet, based on the damage on Bishop, because I didn't really calculate. But I noticed that an Aqua Jet from this range should always kill. And I think he's actually, if he's Banded, he's afraid of a Scarf set or an Agility set or something like that. So I'm just going to call the switch, click the Flash Cannon on his predicted Acalodon switching, and I'm just gonna say the Flash Cannon animation used by Empoleon looks really awesome. He gets a stamina boost, and I don't really have anything to touch this thing, so I'm just gonna try to war it out. Sadly I don't have the Stealth for some chip damage. He reveals the Body Press, which is like fine by me. I have the Chopper Berry. Reduce the damage by a lot, and war him out. And the war brings out his Gliscor. Here I didn't notice that the Toxic Orb didn't activate, so I should have seen that it's an offensive variant. He knows that the most likely switching is Arbo-believer, and he can't really touch it with an Earth Trade, so I was pretty sure he won't click Earth Trade. He would either U-turn, click Stealth Rock Spike, something like that, and he actually goes for Swords Dance, so good call on my end for not fearing the Earth Trade with an Arbo-believer in the back. And I click the Surf and do massive damage to the Gliscor. This is now really great, as he is in Aqua Jet range, which I'm gonna reveal right now, and pick up the kill on Gliscor. To be honest, Gliscor wasn't really the biggest threat to my team. If it's a Sword Dance set like he's bringing, then it could have put me in some trouble, because Kyurem speed does it, but I'm not full speed investment. Great Task with Ice Spinner would probably kill, but as I've seen later in the team, he's a Yachi Berry. And Acrobatics, Earthquake, basically it would be a threat to my team. Good thing I called the Surf here and did the Surf play. He brings out Rotom now to threaten my Empoleon. I switch in my Great Task, see if any electric move is coming, but he actually reveals the trick and tricks me a choice scarf while he gets my lumberry. Not wanting to give up any momentum as I'm choice locked, and depending on what move I lock myself into, he has a free opportunity to set up with, for example, Iron Valiant if I click knockoff, and he switches it in with a booster. So I'm just gonna make a switch here, not gonna click any move on Great Task just yet, and go into my Galarian Slowking. Stealth Rods do hurt a bit, but in the end really all my mons except for Theorem are resistant rock moves, so basically I resisted by Stealth Rod. He wanted to go for Will-O-Wisp here, missed unfortunately, but in the end I don't think it matters on a Slowking. Then he Volt switches on me as I click the Ice Beam to hit anything that comes in, hopefully and most likely the Archaludon, which we see here. Ice Beam does around 30, I would say, 25. Stamina boost activates, and I'm thinking on what to do here. Should I Thunder Wave this Archaludon to make it easier for Kyurem later, which fun fact, in my team builder I still had the minus special attack nature, and I already locked in the team, so the special attack nature minus special attack nature with Earth Power is still on my team, which is not good. So basically I was thinking it, okay, Archaludon, clean click Earthquake, clean click Draco, I'm just gonna chill out. He reveals Iron Head, so he is a physical Archaludon set. I was trying to tell a bad joke with Cloaking and then flinch. And I had no idea that Chilly Reception and a flinch works in that order. I was really confused at that time in the game because I had no idea. I read the line with I was preparing a chilling joke, and then I just got the message I flinched. And as you can see, I'm a bit confused here. I ended up deciding to go into Arbo-believer as Iron Head, Body Press don't really do that much. I have the Rocky Helmet, I need the chip damage on Archaludon for later on against Theorem. So the Iron Head comes out, the Rocky Helmet damage triggers his Citrus Berry, so he's basically back to around 65% I would say. Here I think I will build the Terra Ghosts to be immune of the Body Presses, and I'm just gonna Leech Seed again as I have not Leech Seed, Strength Sap. Here in this turn I Strength Sap for potential Serena switching to get back to full HP, and basically any other one would put me back, and with the Rock Helmet I feel pretty safe against this Archaludon. Especially because Body Press is now the move that he's clicking, which I completely avoid, and I get back my HP. Pretty good momentum right now, pretty good situation right now I would say. I have a full HP Arbo-believer with the Terra Ghost, which wasn't really my original plan as my Terramon in this game, but I'm glad I still bought it anyway. I'm just gonna go for a Terra Blast here. He reveals his fourth move, which is Stone Edge. Interesting, I think this that choice for Talonflame. I reveal the Terra Ghost Terra Blast, which doesn't really do much, but in this 1v1 matchup I don't see any way of losing. He reveals the Iron Head again, gets chip damaged from Rocky Helmet, I go for Leech Seed again, and the next turn I go for Strength Sap, so in this end of the matchup, if it doesn't switch out, I'm either way back at full. Fun fact for this Arbo-believer, it had originally Seed Sour, I think the ability is, but I decided to opt for Harvest, so basically no ability, because the Desert Terrain Recovery benefits him more than my Arbo-believer, because I usually get back to full HP with Strength Sap, and I don't want this Archaludon to heal up on me when I'm planning on chipping it down. So that's why it's Harvest. He reveals another Stone Edge, now he hits, does nothing. I get the strength step off, get back to full HP, and the Satalodon dies to Leech Seed, which is awesome as it opens up Curem for the late game a lot. Like, this was his best answer for Scale Shot Icicle crashes. So now Arbo-believer is here, full HP, Rocky Helmet, and he now reveals his... what does he reveal? He reveals his Iron Valiant. With the booster energy for speed. Based on how he switched it in now, I was pretty sure he was a Calm Mindset. Because a physical one against a strength step user doesn't really make a lot of sense. And here I noticed, damn, a Calm Mind Iron Valiant with the perfect coverage against my team just kinda runs through it. Especially now as my Great Tusk is starved. Glowkin is more based on a physical set with the knockoff way to check it, and Sludge Bomb then doesn't even do much. So I just try to get as much damage on this and hopefully finish it up with Aqua Jet or something like that. Lucky for me, I got a crit with Terra Blast Ghost, which is so huge. Otherwise this Iron Valiant would have basically, I think, swept me here. Yeah, it was really huge. He bought the best Iron Valiant set against my team. He reveals now the Shadow Ball. From this range though, Aqua Jet should always kill it. He actually also bought the Iron Valiant set with this setup that should lose to a Talonflame, but as we've seen, his Archaludon runs Stone Edge, so he was prepared for Talonflame removal early on, and then try to sweep with Iron Valiant. Turns out this Shadow Ball doesn't even do as much, so I think he was jolly and not fully special attack investment, because according to my calcs it should have done at least 85 to 97%, but I'm not complaining. I got the KO on Iron Valiant, and Arbo-believer is awesome. Like, I was doubting it before this game, but now it's basically the MVP so far. His Arcanine comes in, I have no switching basically because Great Tusk always loses me momentum against Rotom. He goes for the Flare Blitz, takes me out, but that's the Rocky Helmet chip damage. Shouldn't really matter as Aqua Jet still should kill from the range before the Rocky Helmet. But I have the safe play, there's no reason not to go for Empoleon and click the Aqua Jet. So basically every time this Hisuian Arcanine comes in and I preserve my Empoleon, I can basically get the KO when he gets a KO. So I'm ahead 1-1, he kills something with Arcanine, I switch an Empoleon, Aqua Jet it, I should be safe. This Arcanine should not be able to win this game for him. He knows I have Aqua Jet. He could switch in his Serena and or Rotom, but he decides to stay in, takes his Aqua Jet, and his Hisuian Arcanine goes down. Maybe he was second it here, maybe he was not predicting me to Aqua Jet. I still had the Great Tusk in the bag, so yeah, I feel like I had no reason not to click Aqua Jet here. Serena comes in. I was just trying to chip it as much as possible. Now that Arcanine is back, Arcanine is down, Empoleon doesn't really have any more usage against the Serena and the Rotom, so I'm just gonna try to set it for as much possible damage on this Serena. He reveals his Power Whip, doesn't take me out. Here comes again the nice Flash Cannon animation, does about 30. And this damage basically kinda confused me, as here I was thinking, is he Assault Vest or something like that? In the end, the Flash Cannon damage is really in range of a normal Flash Cannon, damage against the normal Serena with my based special attack investment. I just really did not understand why it didn't put it under half. Just trying to go for one again. Thinking of maybe if he's Assault Vest, he shouldn't be able to beat this cloaking. So I feel pretty safe in this endgame. I go for another flash cannon here, try to get as much chip damage on this thing as possible. He reveals to be Terra Fire. Fun fact, Serena is actually my grass type go-to mon from the previous leagues and seasons in the Gen 7, 8 leagues. I mean, bulky grass type, drop kick, recovery, rapid spin, just amazing. And now he has to face. Now I have to face my favorite grass type against my team with my maybe new favorite grass type. I don't know yet. I've never used Arbo-believer yet. I mean, it's down already, but it was basically the MVP on this game for me. Yeah, I'm thinking, okay. He is Terra Fire. I am a Scarf Great Tusk. I'm gonna remove with the knockoff any item that he has and also hit Rotom on the switch in. Knockoff is 100% safe here, puts this Serena low enough for anything and also catches up Rotom pretty safely. And here comes the knockoff and I actually get another crit, which is really unfortunate. I have no idea if... I mean, I was gonna click knockoff again anyway this turn. I don't know how much it actually mattered if it wasn't a 2-hit anyway. But yeah, Rotom's down, Great Dust, that's also his first kill of the season. Didn't expect it to be with a Scarf knockoff, but okay. Back in comes Serena. Yeah, I was still under the impression that he's Assault Vest, so my cloaking can't beat it. I'm just gonna knock off his Assault Vest. Never mind, it's Heavy Duty Boots. And he's Synthesis. So I basically got the really wrong Serena set written down for some reason. Because of the flash cannon damage that did not do as much as I was thinking it would do. So I'm gonna preserve this Great Tusk as once Serena kills a mon from my side, I can still revenge it with Earthquake. He actually played it really smart. He rapid spins to get a speed boost to outspeed with the second one my Great Tusk. And I see his game plan here. Great Tusk, he has Power Whip, he has Terra Blast, he has Rapid Spin and Synthesis. He can still beat Cloaking and Great Tusk with this set. I don't think he can actually beat Kyurem, but I don't think I can two-shot him with Scale Shot. I Thunder Wave it just to be safe, to make sure that now that he kills me, I'm still faster with Great Tusk. I don't know how much it was needed actually for the Thunder Wave, but I just wanted to be really safe in case my Scarf, Great Tusk, Earthquake wouldn't kill. I still had my Kyurem that potentially takes a hit pretty confidently, and then Scale Shots. And not Earth Powers, but Scale Shots, this Serena down. Serena got his second kill of the her second kill of the season against me, and now Great Tusk comes in, takes the rocks damage, which in total didn't really do any big damage to my team, I would say. And I just clicked the Earthquake. I learned in the previous game that at +2 speed and the paralysis cancels it out, so if he was at +3 speed I would have maybe been in trouble. But here the Earthquake actually picks up the KO. Great Tusk is now also with 2 kills on my team, just like Arbo-believer and Empoleon. GG to Quinn. It was a really nice game, some great predictions on both ends. And I think your prep and the Iron Valiant set was really good. Sorry for the crit, and I hope to see you in playoffs, hopefully, if we both make it. You probably do. I'm not sure about me. Let's see. See ya.